Hi everybody, my name's Doug Wilson and this is Yellow Hawk Customs Outdoors. We got Bob here again. I know you guys love to see Bob.
I don't know about
right?
that.
Bob, this is like a steel trap, right? And like 50 years of experience in the bush, military, everything, right? It's all right here, right?
I gotta look good for the camera.
I have this special straw that when I want to get like an infusion of knowledge,
he sticks it in my ear.
Stick it in his ear. Okay, so Bob's going to talk about rucksacks, okay? Because there's a difference between backpacks, rucksacks, things like that, right? Okay? So you guys stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right there, right? Now, like, grab a cup of coffee, a beer, or whatever. We'll be right back.
Your best night. Okay. There's plenty of guys around here who have a lot of knowledge, okay, besides myself, and I thank you, Doug, for your belief in me. Anyway,
Not. This photo is from one of our Appalachian Trail trips.
I want to talk about rucksacks, okay? Recently, I purchased this cute little Norwegian rucksack.
That's cute.
Isn't it cute? And it looked bigger on the eBay photos, okay? But it's sort of like it's like a day booger, you know what I mean? But it is the classic rucksack.
You could fit a weekend's worth of gear.
Yeah, you could do something, you go light, you know.
For summer and spring.
Yeah. Winter,
you're not putting a big sleeping bag in there.
No, winter you just wear your regular clothes. You don't have a change of clothes, and you just, do whatever. Nice little aluminum frame. Yeah. I got it, it was like $10 for shipping. And it was 40 some odd bucks. It was 54, but I probably paid for the shipping, you know what I mean?
Right.
So anyway, the frame's aluminum, it's light. These straps will kill you over a period of time if it was loaded heavy. All right?
Especially with no hip belt.
Yeah, and the thing is, the classic rucks that the Swedes, Norwegian, all they had that I don't know that kind of wide bottom thing with and our mountain troops had it during World War II. Also, and they were made of canvas. This is made out of nylon. The interesting thing about these rucks that I really like is that I like long pockets like this. Okay, you can put your water bottles down in there, all kinds of long things. Anyway, but I like these having straps up here. You can put a roll in here, you can put a roll here. Down the bottom, you could do the same thing. All you bushcrafting guys, you guys don't travel too far, maybe 5 miles at the most or least to get to your site and do your skills, because that's basically what you guys like to camp and you like to practice your skills. This is a good little ruck for that. The straps are good, the leather's good, and I like old stuff, antique stuff, so I thought I'd pick it up. But it is a classic. It's made by Arild, A-R-I-L-D. It's Norwegian, and I only found another one on Etsy, and it was the color red, and it was a little better shape than this. I mean, whatever. And it doesn't have the side pockets like you see some of the Norwegian military and the Swedish. No, it's not. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't have a through pocket. But I thought for like a weekend or an overnighter, if I was going to bushcraft someplace, a stationary camp, drive up, whatever, it's kind of cute, kind of neat. Yeah, I think it's cool. But anyway, I want to show you some other packs that were kind of sort of modeled after this type of style of ruck, as the Europeans call them, rucksacks. Now, one of the reasons why I like frames, if I was going to be out in the wilderness for long periods of time, I'm talking about months, okay, years, if I had to live, shit hits the fan and I need to be somewhere, I want a frame. And the reason being is my pack could go to hell. If you get rented, ripped, whatever. I could still get a plastic bags and tie them to a frame.
Somebody could rent it.
Yeah, rent it. I could still get a duffel bag and tie it to the frame. You know, this is only a carrier. The frame you can just add things to,
yeah.
And it's sturdier than an internal frame pack. Over a period of time, if your pack gets busted up, abraded, ripped, torn, whatever, you got to either sew it, whatever. And the capacity for a internal frame pack is a little lower as far as carrying, in comparison to an external frame pack. You also can put your meat on here when you butcher your moose or your deer or whatever. You can strap it to it.
This one's got a shelf, right?
Yeah, this has a shelf, which is kind of interesting. This is a Boy Scout pack.
Yeah.
It's made out of canvas. I have never seen any packs like this in this lime green. I guess it was a darker green before, but it has a folding bottom.
It's got a metal zipper.
Yeah, metal zipper. This is made by Himalayan Pack Corporation. I have another one for a traditional tan canvas backpack, just like this. I don't remember the name of them. It's not a classic yucca. It has another name. If you go on eBay and you find the ones with the two side pockets and a front pouch, you'll get the name, if that's important to you. But anyway, here's the Boy Scout logo. And as you know, I'm an old scouter. Doug and I are old scouters. That's where we first started doing bushcraft, okay, before it was called that. This one has side button pockets, and I sprayed this with Johnson & Johnson water repellent, canvas water repellent. So it's pretty sturdy. It's got the side pouch, but it doesn't have the throughs. It's got a metal zipper pouch that has, can carry a lot of stuff. This is a good weekend type pack. Side here, clips, big flap. Now these usually on these packs, the leather hasn't been taken care of.
Right.
Hasn't been waxed or oiled or whatever, and I just cut them off.
Yeah, leather will rot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it flat down, or I'll punch a grommet in it and make a single, hole or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, it's even got the old clothesline, the old clothesline rope on it. That's how old it is.
When my father went hunting when I was a kid, he would come home and take the deer and tie him up with this shit.
Yeah, this is cotton. I mean, and you couldn't burn the end. You had to put an overhand knot in or a figure eight,
whip it,
or you had to whip it. You had to put a whipping on it. You know. So this is the old crap we had to deal with. It wasn't nylon. It would dry out. You could pull on it. It would snap. It would break. Whatever. So anyway, here's a from scouting, and this is probably from the '60s. Here's a natural progression of a rucksack. Okay. Now moving on, those guys who have served in the military, and even those guys who've taken this to be their major bushcrafting pack, is the Alice Medium. I have one Alice Medium. I prefer the larges, but this is good if I had to be for whenever.
These are outstanding for bushcraft packs.
Absolutely.
Outstanding.
Absolutely. Now,
especially the large ones.
Yeah, I don't have a frame on it. I have frames. This is just sitting in my collection.
Gil.
Yeah, the guy's name's Gil. It's not mine. Mine was chewed up by rats. Anyway, in my old shed. But this is classic. It's got the three, as you all know, it's got the three pockets. You can modify these things. It has through pockets if you want. Put your axes and whatever. It'll fit on that Boy Scout frame. It'll fit on. You can modify them. You can wear them without a frame, which is good.
Make a frame for this.
Yeah, well, they did. This is the one right here that I put on. I put it on the Philby on it. But anyway, this is, you can do a myriad of things. I tell you, Mike Lewis, Black Robe, he loves this thing. Is Fred Horn, he's got his all packed up. A number of guys love the Alice Medium, and I
got a large Alice for my bug out bag.
Yeah, and I carried one in the Army, so I went to a large because just for the old Army sleeping bags that were cotton and all, you needed the room. So anyway, so that's that. And you guys are real familiar with this. You can't go wrong with this. And the reason why I'm telling you this stuff, just letting you know there's options out there, rather than buying a Front Royal all canvas leather strap for what, $300 some odd or whatever. I mean, they're cool packs and all. I just don't have that kind of throwaway money. You know, if you got it, you got it. So that's why they went with the Swedish, what is the M35 frame. Everybody was buying them, okay, because they're an external frame. They're cool. Yeah, they meet the bushcrafting, you know, parameters.
You guys who are in the military, you all know that when you load up a military pack, either the Philby or an Alice or whatever you guys are issued now, so what was I talking about?
I don't know.
See, it just flew out of my head.
It was windy here today.
There's very few, because you got all this military stuff. You got claymores,
racks of ammo,
yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Grenades,
that's military
radios,
radios,
right,
med
batteries,
bags.
right.
There's no room for personal stuff,
Yep.
right? So these are great bushcraft packs.
Bullets and beans. Bullets and beans.
Bullets and beans. That's it. That's all you need.
That's all they carry,
and
man.
claymores.
And a hatchet. And this clock.
This is all I
and
need.
this clock.
This is all I need.
Anyway, The Jerk. Great movie. So anyway, last but not least, I have a regular Philby with a actual plastic frame. It's new, Marine Corps issue. I got it from my nephew. The frame, I believe, is a little bulkier and heavier than the Alice frame. In my humble opinion.
Which frame?
The plastic frame they put on these.
On the Philby.
On the Philby,
okay,
right.
Yeah.
I, in my humble opinion, I just like the Alice frame.
Yeah.
It sits between your back and just below your neck, on your shoulders. It doesn't go any higher, it doesn't go any lower. You can strap things in it and between it. You can shove stuff in between here. You use it to pad your back more, okay? A lot of you guys have done different modifications on it. Chad Redding, he's a big guy, loves to modify these things, okay? This is, of course, the Molly hip belt. I took the back pad for this frame and put it up here. It works as a nice back pad. It used to be down here.
Let's get real.
And I put it up here.
Let's get real for a second.
Go ahead.
Okay? I really honestly believe, okay, that this is a great pack. The Alice is a great pack. Honestly, though, if it has a frame like this, I tend to believe they're uncomfortable. Okay, if you have to carry it more than a mile or two or whatever, it's uncomfortable. I think the main reason guys go for these kind of packs is because, number one, there's a military aspect to it. And number two, everybody else has one. It's cool. It's the in thing, right? So try to think outside the box. I like internal frame backpacks. The Ospreys, they are very comfortable no matter how much weight you put in them. You know, you put 70, 80 pounds in an Osprey 8th or 70, and it doesn't carry like this. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't, you know, most of the weight's on your hips, not your shoulders. Blah, 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 blah.
Well,
what you
have to think about is backpacking versus military operations.
Right.
Okay.
And bushcraft is not military operations.
And you know, volume. This thing will carry a plethora of gear. Okay. I actually have the radio thing on it, the little
the
ledge on it, which really helps to keep your gear down. Plus, I can lift it up and I can pack stuff on it. The only reason why I like this pack is, like I said before, if I had to bug out and go away forever, okay, it's durable. I have a frame. I can tie things to the frame. The frame has multi-purposes, and that's what I'm all about. I don't like having one thing that does one thing. I want to do at least two things, and I'll show you that in another video. We're going to do the 10 essentials, or essentials for hiking. But anyway, day hiking. So I think it's for the price. Now you got to beware, because some of these things have abrasions on them. Some of them have holes. I have one that's got little tiny holes, and that's not going to hurt the pack. But this one,
these things are tough.
These things are pretty complete. I have a figure of 8 on this. You never know when you're going to rappel or pull your gear up and down mountains and so forth and so on. These are no good. These are just for carrying water. They won't. In a pinch, they'll carry a man one time, maybe twice. You know, whatever. but this is a figure 18er. So anyway, yeah, I just want to show you guys this and that, and let you know that there's options out there for a pack that you're going to drive up in a car, walk maybe a mile or two. Because I tell you, I was talking to Kimber Bushcraft in Denmark. His name is Tom. I really like him. Check his site out. It's Kimber. It's not spelled the same way it's pronounced. It's Cimberer, I believe. Bushcraft. Now this guy, everything he wears is leather. Everything he's got, he makes is canvas. I mean, he smokes a pipe. You know, he's got a goatee like dogs.
And when it rains, he suffers.
He's a Danish guy. He gets under a tarp. He says, you know, his pack. He's got an Island Royal pack, and he has the reindeer blanket, and so he can be a shaman and whatever. And then he walks he said, maybe 5 to 8 miles to where he goes. Sets up a camp. Might stay there overnight. Might just stay there for a day. Makes his coffee and with a fire, you know, sticks and all, and so forth. He's a pretty cool guy. I like Denmark, but he said to me, we can only go short distances. He says Denmark's a small country.
You walk outside the country.
You go into the water, and he said there aren't a lot of long trails.
Right.
You know, so you be the judge of that. I'm just showing you some samplings, throwing some things out there. If you're on a budget, check out the Canvas Boy Scout packs with the frames. It'll do you justice. Waterproof them, clean them up, maybe put some bar tacks in some stress areas or whatever, and you got yourself a Bushcraft pack. So that's all I got to say about these things.
The durability of these military style packs, there's 2 reasons why they're so durable. Number one, military equipment is still pretty heavy stuff. Okay, just about everything the military puts out has to be durable and, you know, long lasting. So the packs are the same way. Plus the other reason is, especially NCOs, you don't have to pay for your gear, so you're really hard on it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And you got to remember, these knuckleheads, they never had to take care of gear. You know, they never had to polish nothing, oil nothing, wax anything in a throwaway society. So it's got to be almost, you know, recruit proof. Yeah. And these guys are in some rough terrain, so they don't give a shit about it. They're just going to.
That's why it's heavy.
They're going to heft the shit around. They're going to throw it in the back of a deuce
throw
and a half.
It,
you know, it's going to be slung low.
Instead
you know,
of carrying it down the rock, they're going to throw it down
you
the
know,
rock.
so they don't really care. You know, some do, but you know, most do not. You know, you got to take care of your gear. That's my big thing.
Absolutely.
You got to take care of your gear. So that's all I have on that. That was a shorty.
All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe, do all that neat stuff. Help us grow the channel, please. And we'll see you on the next video. See ya!
Out.
Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. Combat and wilderness grade custom knife and sheath systems. We've got the badass gear for the badass outdoorsman. Yellowhawk.